Between the yellow vests, the settlement protests, and of course those calling for the prime minister to be indicted, many Israelis are clearly unhappy. But speaking to the Globe's business conference in Jerusalem this morning, Netanyahu said that while tensions between the branches of government were necessary for a healthy democracy, the constant, quote, bullying of government bodies to overstep their bounds hurts democracy. While returning to the studio now with more is Davidi Hermelin, the president of the International Center for Public Diplomacy in Israel. Davidi, thank you so much for coming back in today.
Shalom.
All right, so first of all, what are your initial thoughts on Netanyahu's comments at the Globe's conference?
I really think that it's unheard and unacceptable that demonstrators will try to, I would say, even threat or to use pressure against officials from the authorities of the law and justice to convince them what their decision should be. Because this decision should follow the law. This decision should be function of their professional considerations.
But I want to interject right there. You know, at what point has there been evidence that these protests have actually influenced the decision making? Because right now, of course, maybe it influences the fact that they're launching investigations, or maybe the fact that that they're thinking in one way or another. But ultimately, if the evidence doesn't point to, if there's not enough evidence to indict, then they don't.
The fact that those people are demonstrating against the legal advisor of the government, when they go to his backyard, literally, and they try to tell him what his decision should be, this fact is, again, unheard and unacceptable, because they actually are trying to tell him what his professional decision should be in the end of the day. So they don't believe in his judgment. They say, because we are here, you should follow our political wish with your decisions. And his decisions, again, should be function only of his professional judgment. So to try and tell him your decision should be political, this is not something that we should do in democracy.
So, but again, though, at what point can you draw the line in a democracy? Because if as Netanyahu said, certain tensions are part of a democracy, and I would imagine that he would agree with me that protesting and having free voice is also part of a healthy democracy. And so to have protesters say, hey, we're against this or we're for this, and speaking publicly and informing public discourse, isn't that also healthy?
It is appropriate to demonstrate, and no one suggests that those people will not demonstrate. But as they have the right to demonstrate, anyone else has the right to criticize this demonstration, because this demonstration is trying to push back the legal advisor of the government and to tell him your decision should be function of our political desire, instead of your professional judgment. And this is, as I said, is unheard and unacceptable.
All right, well, Davidi Hermelin, thank you so much for coming back in.
Thank you.